Wow. Hey guys, these are super inexpensive, and I don't promote products, by the way, on my channel, but I do promote products that I buy and they actually work. This pan right here, I think all the pans, I got three of them. I got a small, medium, and then I got a large one over here. I'm getting ready to cook some steak on it just to show you guys just how versatile these pans are. Now, since I bought these pans, I have put them through rigorous tests of just let's throw food in there and see what happens to it. Now, the one thing I am surprised about is that the color has not gotten any stains on it. That's pretty cool. Now, this one over here, this is the big one that I got. Now, this is going to be, I'm thinking it's going to replace my cast iron skillet because I love cooking in it so much. And they all have these nice little divots right here. So if I'm cooking bacon, that was the true test last night, is I cooked bacon in here, super high temperatures, not a problem in the world. And I was able to clean it right out. And that's what it looks like after I cooked bacon. So today we can actually cook some bacon. My son is not feeling good. I'm also sick, by the way, too. I got sick from my son. And since I'm doing the carnivore diet, I feel amazing. I have no real problem. My energy is not dipped at all. I do have some bags around here, but I feel great. And we're going to make some steak today. But yeah, this is the, let's see. There we go. That is the brand that the pan that I bought at Walmart. Literally the cheapest pans that I could find at Walmart. Now, I have had really good success with super cheap pans. Now, these here were super cheap pan I got at Fred Meyer, and they kind of suck. They've been on camping trips. The stove has kind of damaged them up. They got some dents in them. They're not the best pans in the world, but this was our most reliable egg pan for the longest time. And now it can go in the trash, kind of where it belongs. This pan here too, same thing, got it at Fred Meyer, and it's got some dents and dings on it. And it's also Teflon coated. This isn't Teflon coated. This is amazing. So, I don't know, a Carotte. So I don't know if it's like Creocoat or whatever type it is. But yeah, that's two of my old pans out of the way. Potentially replacing my cast iron skillet. I'm going to keep the cast iron no matter what because they just last forever. These probably won't stand up the test of time like the cast iron skillet will. So we'll probably keep that around. But I just won't have it out as my main cook source anymore. Because when I put eggs in here, I didn't put anything in here. And the eggs just, they don't stick. And I like to make eggs, and sometimes, usually I'll cook a steak in here, maybe some bacon, and then I'll put the eggs in afterwards, and they don't stick anyways because of the, beef fat or whatever's in there. And yeah, no stickage at all, even without oil. It's so cool. So yeah, let's get on over here. And I got a couple, show you around what's going on here. So like I said, I got these three pans. They're beautiful. They got this nice, probably fake wood handle, but the bottoms all look like that. And this has been used a lot, and the bottom still looks like that. I haven't cleaned hardly anything on the bottom, rinsed it off with some water. You don't even need to use soap. You just kind of rinse it off a little bit. I got some steaks here. I'm getting ready to cook these steaks. I'm also going to cook some eggs for my son. And yeah, let's get some use out of these things, right? Meat is better cooked in cast iron, hands down. I would normally agree with you 100%. But after cooking my steaks in this pan, I was like, that's just amazing. And it just doesn't stick. Nothing sticks to it. If I should decide to put some seasonings on the steak, and I usually don't put a lot, I'll just put salt on there. But if I were to season it, it doesn't damage the coating like it did my last pan that was similar to this. I had a cast iron skillet that used to be married up to this one here. It's kind of dirty, but it used to look like that. But that white coating got dirty in a hurry, and it sucked. It was really annoying because I like to make videos. I don't need a piece of cookware that just looks brown and dingy and looks overly abused. So, hey there, Felix. I appreciate you catching up with me. I do have this week's video. It is uploading. It'll be available for members to watch up until 12:15 Alaska time tomorrow. That's when it's officially going to be uploaded. I wanted to get with everybody and just let them know. I made a community post about it as well on the channel, so people will be able to see that here in a little bit. But guys, I put on my Army Greens today for the first time. I almost fit. I couldn't button it up. So, but if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel. Check out this video that's coming out here tomorrow. And yeah, hey, who knows? But in the meantime, let me do this. Let's do you one better. Let's flip you around, because that camera lens is a little better. But I need to get these steaks. I'm going to get these salted up real quick. I'm going to get them started. But we're going to get the flame going. It's up on as high as I can get it. I got some Himalayan pink salt here. That's pretty much all I use on my steaks, is either Himalayan pink salt, Redmond salt. I do have some, well, this bottle's empty, but I put my Redmond seasoned salt in here. And I kind of weaned away from that a little bit because it wasn't working so well with my diet. But yeah, I just salt the heck out of my steaks. And these are 2 ribeye steaks that I made, that I cut out of a big giant piece of ribeye meat. And hopefully my little black kitty doesn't get in here and decide to tear stuff up. But yeah, at some point we're going to get one of these smaller pans hooked up, and we're going to be cooking some eggs in that. And I don't remember what that was for. Oh, that was for my bacon container. I made bacon yesterday, and that was amazing. But like I said, my son's not feeling great, so I wanted to make sure I make him some good healthy food and a high protein diet, because that's really what he's needing. He's eating a lot of stuff that he probably shouldn't be eating right now, and he knows this. But if you want to regain your health, it's a whole lot easier to regain your health when you're eating natural foods. You know, eating high protein, high fatty type red meat like ribeye steak. So he's going to get a ribeye steak. I'm going to make him probably 3 eggs. And I might start cooking up another package of bacon, because we do have some bacon in here. Now that was also part of the test. I just got this type of bacon here. I believe my wife got this on sale. This turned out pretty good. It's $4.82 for how much? Just under a pound of bacon. So she got that at Fred Meyer. It's hickory smoked, whatever you want to call it. But it really tasted good. Me and my son polished that off first thing this morning, just when we were having a little conversation about how sick he was and how he got me sick. And I just don't care that I'm sick, because I'm eating right. And when you're eating right, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think this pan is just about hot enough. I can almost not put my hand over the top of it. I need to set up a little better here. Let's see what we're going to do. I need to move stuff around. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get this steak going here. So okay, I heavily salted this side of the steak. And we're going to lay these down on the salt side down. Oh, listen to that. That's beautiful. Now this is the food I'm going to feed my kiddo to make him feel better. Now we can turn that on. Rinse this off real good. This is kind of hard to do, and you got like one hand wrapped up. That's okay. That'll work good for later. But yeah, steak, man. This is the way to go. You want to eat healthy, you want to lose weight, you want to just get the feeling better. This is the way to do it right here. Ribeye steak, super inexpensive doing it this way. $10 to $14 for steak. I mean, cut it out of a big slab of meat you can buy at Costco. Eat one of those a day with a bunch of eggs, and you just feel amazing. Weird. Let's see, Shannon. Like your wife's short about showing how you live on the edge. Neat idea. I don't know if I saw that video, but she posts a lot of different random videos throughout the day. It's hard for me to catch up with every single one of them that she posts. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out here. See if we get a real decent sear. Like I said, the cheapest pans that I could find. So I think the I think the biggest pan, which is this one here, I think that one might have cost me maybe $15. That was about 10 bucks. I think the other one was about 11 or $12. Super cheap, super inexpensive pan set. I mean, if you got any kids going to college or, you know, taking off for the summer, getting a vacation home, I would buy these for them. That way they would have something to cook on. I was even thinking about buying some of these just to send up to Nome for next summer. That way I can have something to cook on, something better to cook on than a Teflon pan when I get up to Nome. Because we didn't have very many good pans up there. See what we got going on here. Oh, we're getting close. Scooch them around a little bit. Yeah. No oil, nothing in this pan. I didn't even put beef tallow in there. Yeah, we're getting a nice sear on there. I like it a little bit browner. That nice crunch. So in the meantime, I want to salt up the other side. Himalayan pink salt again. Real heavy. Heavy on the salt. Go super heavy on the salt. These things will taste amazing. You don't have to worry so much about making electrolytes because you're going to get plenty of electrolytes from this natural Himalayan pink salt. Just drink water when you're eating. That's really all I do, guys. I just eat ribeye steak, eggs, maybe some bacon, some reindeer sausage time to time, and I lose weight. And I lose weight eating this meal right here. All right. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Amazing. Oh, yeah. Now the fun part is when I go to clean this pan, there's like no residue after I cook on it like this. There's nothing. It'll show a little bitty brown spots here and there when I'm, you know, after I'm cooking it. But once I go to rinse it out under the sink, it's just all gone, and it turns out looking just like this. Super white, super brilliant. And then the bottom so far haven't been getting black. So I think a lot of the blackness on the bottom has to do with my burners and how crappy they are. Now this is just a cheap little gas stove. Can you take me to soccer practice at 7 p.m.? I'd love to. I'll be right there. Hold on. Too bad. It's so here in Alaska, it is a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I could probably make that by 7 p.m. I just got to figure out where you live and how you want to get there. Let's see. Oh, ceramic. I don't know if that's ceramic or like Creocoat or whatever it is. It's probably somebody's going to find something unhealthy with it and tell me it's not going to work for me. But it's better than Teflon. I guarantee you this is better than Teflon. I hope. Really nothing does beat the cast iron skillet as far as longevity, because you can't really ruin them. Yeah, we need more on that side. Now here in a minute I am going to start working on the edges, and then yeah, I got to make some eggs for my son. Now, did you guys know that you can take these tongs and like just, you crimp them as hard as you can, like this, and then you pull, and then you can kind of just let them sit there like that? I didn't know this. I learned that from Kerry at Homestead Hal when he was cooking steaks. I was just watching one of his videos and I saw him do that. And I was like, that's ridiculously ingenious. Okay. So yeah, the things you learn just by watching other people cook meat from time to time. So that means I don't have to apply any pressure with my hands to hold it like this. Ta-da! Come here, you. I'm all excited. I love steak. Last night when I got home, I did not eat steak last night. I actually had I had a bunch of eggs, sardines, and I had some reindeer sausage last night, which was a little different. I unfortunately forgot to include that part in my this week's update, but most of you guys that follow me, you already get the gist of what I'm doing here. You know, the carnivore diet in general just works. I mean, it's just so beneficial to eat this way. All right, that one's just about done. I'm gonna let that side golden up a little bit. Well, here in a little bit, my son's going to come out and we're going to have steak together. Hopefully he's going to start feeling better by tomorrow after eating this healthy meal. That's the plan. I don't like it when my kids are sick. I don't know about you guys. I really don't like it when they're sick. And I know how to prevent it. It's just trying to get them to actually do what they need to do to stop being sick as often. That'd be nice. All right, that is just about done. That one there too, a little more on that side. Then we're going to put them on plates and let them rest. And in the meantime, I'm going to get this little guy fired up. Good. I will shut that off for now. I got my son's favorite plate. Let's see here. I think he will enjoy this one. Okay. That one's all plated up and ready to go. I like my steaks really, really rare. I mean, they could literally be crawling off the plate, and that would be just fine. Doesn't bother me at all. Move you over there. Tuck that away for a minute. Okay, something else I bought at the Natural Pantry, and this is just kind of like a novelty type. I don't know. It's got a weird little shape to it. I don't know if it's like, it's not awesome. It's not awesome because the eggs, you'll find out they get stuck around the edges and it's kind of hard to clean off. But it's ergonomically correct, but unfortunately it doesn't quite get up under the egg quite like I want it to. All right, I gotta get these eggs going. Good morning, son. Morning. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, he's sick. Okay, let's do something different here. Try to move you guys around. Okay. Whee! Let's see what we got. Is this gonna work for you? There we go. Okay, there is no oil in this pan. It gets you down a little lower. No oil at all in this pan. Thing is on ripping hot right now. I could probably turn it down a little bit. Doesn't need to be that high. Oh, that's why. It's burning the aluminum. That makes sense. All right, we're going to shut that burner off. We're going to move back over to this one over here. That way. There. Pan's already heated up. Now I got this burner up all the way, by the way. I also tried these pans with at 0 temperature. I put an egg in there and I let it come up to temperature to see if it would stick, and it did not stick, which is amazing. I mean, it's just amazing that they don't stick without anything added too. Here we go. Just gotta let those eggs get in there and do their thing. Can you guys even see? Yeah, you can see. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna cook these suckers up, and once they're done, we're gonna top off my son's plate there, and he's gonna have some food. Ribeye is too fatty, too greasy. Wow, Patcom, I feel sorry for you. Ribeye is actually the perfect amount of fat. It's got the perfect amount of connective tissue, exactly what your body needs. We use the fat to burn for fuel. So unless you're living on a high carb diet and vegetable diet, unfortunately that doesn't work for all of us. That's why I do the carnivore diet. It's because vegetables did not work for me. I had a problem with vegetables. So I got away from the vegetables. And now my life is just amazing. And I feel so much better. And I'm so much more energetic and happy. All right, let's see. Let's get these eggs doing stuff here. I love these pans. These pans are awesome. And they're already starting, the eggs are already starting to want to slide around. And I'm just letting the bottoms of the eggs get cooked real good, and then I'm going to start to separate them a little bit. As you can see, that one egg is just lifting up. No oil. Zero oil. This is not an infomercial. This is not some sort of video to try to sell you pots and pans. I could not care if you bought these. See, look at that. No oil. That is super slick. Nothing's sticking. Nothing's burning. Holy cow, if you're not a believer, you should be now. That's so cool. And I got it on like super high heat, so the heat's really not affecting it. I got a nice even cook going on all the way around. Just brilliant product. Brilliant. I mean, I should be getting sponsored by these guys because this stuff is awesome. I'd cook the eggs in the meat pan. Yes, but I wanted to show everybody that this was not stickable, because if I did it in the meat pan, I could blame it on the tallow. This was a completely straight pan. I will be cooking some bacon in here in just a minute. I just wanted to get these eggs cooked for my son. I haven't given it the flip test yet. See, look, super slippery. Now, if this goes bad, it's all you guys' fault, okay? I'm gonna try to do this. I don't know if I can. I gotta get the egg just right. That might be a little bit too jiggly. I don't know. We'll see. All right, wish me luck. Oh, look at that. That was gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, let's see if I can get that little edge to come out. Maybe not. But seriously, guys, have you seen a pan that just... I have never experienced this in my entire life. And I've cooked a lot of eggs in my time. And I have never once experienced this. Do you like your eggs runny or hard?
Runny.
What?
Runny.
Runny eggs? Okay. Let's see if I can... No, all right, look at that. Look at that. I am so excited. This is so much fun. Okay. Ta-da. Just like that. Gonna get this pan back on there. I'm gonna turn the heat down for just a second. Let's see. My son is probably hungry now. Here. I want you to live life and be healthy, my child. Okay? I'm even going to give you my favorite knife, which is this one here, because it doesn't mess up everything. Now, let's see, what else we got? I got some good old Redmond salt. If you want extra salt, you can have that there. Perfect. Okay, back to you. I'm going to start cooking some bacon in here, just to show you guys what happens when I cook bacon, and I have the bacon already out. Ready to go. So Fred Meyer's bacon was like $3 and something a pound. So that made this pretty darn affordable. Now that's the bacon there. There's not a whole lot of special anything going on the bacon. All right, get in there. Turn that heat up again. I'm gonna cook up this whole pound of bacon in time. I'm also gonna enjoy some of that steak here in just a minute. It's always more fun to watch other people cook bacon so you don't have to deal with it, but I actually like the bacon grease because I use bacon grease for cooking a lot. And when I make bacon, that just gives me more bacon grease. Okay, I need to get that out of there. All right, out of the way, back out of the way. There we go. And with this, I have to use that little screen. And we're gonna make some more eggs, because I want some eggs too, right? Alright, I got that burner fixed. It was just the tin foil that I got wrapped around there getting in the way. I've been getting lucky when I've been cracking my eggs, but the one thing I love about these pans is they just don't stick. It doesn't matter if you have them completely up to completely heated up or not. It doesn't seem. I even tried cooking eggs on these pans when it was super hot, and I still got a really decent egg product out of that. And you always want to have one of these hanging around. That way you can put your bacon on here when it's done. That way it can just drain out. Not a problem. So I'll let them eggs cook up a little bit. And I broke both of my yolks. It's only because they're mine. Yeah. That was not that great a talent, but it was nice to actually get it to flip right. Bacon at somebody else's house. I should do this shirtless, like we did in college. You remember those days? I never went to college, but I used to hang out at a lot of people's dorms and stuff when they were in college, or the frat houses. And cooking bacon when you were naked was actually like a sport. Who would have thought? But yeah, we had a lot of fun when I was a kid. What you got going on there?
It's good.
Is it good? That should help you feel better. Just get full on that. We got bacon coming. Yeah, I love it when I see my kids eating good. I do. I appreciate it when they eat good. I really get upset when they don't eat good. And then they complain that they don't feel good and they're sick. It drives me nuts. These eggs in here are a hot mess. I mean, like look at that. I wanted over easy eggs, but I'm not going to get that. So we're just going to cook these however. Again, no oil in the pan. And these, oh, look at that. I'm making a mess. It's only because they're mine. I'll let those harden up a little bit longer. Now that heat is, yeah, that heat's like way up there. It's really not creating a problem. Push down the edges a little bit. Come on, you. I got too much. So some of these eggs just seem really watery to me. And these are those like omega-3 eggs you buy at Costco, but they just seem really, really watery. I gotta pay attention to the bacon too. Just gonna make this complicated. Ow! Those are sitting right here by the fire. You know, this was easier yesterday when I didn't have a camera. My bacon was behaving. Let's see if I can get these cooked over. Oh, look at that. It's almost like a taco shell. Huh. Was that even peed on?
What?
That. You threw it away?
No, the cat was messing with it.
Oh, okay. I say don't throw them away unless the dog uses them. Okay. That'll have to do. Ow. That burned me. Ow. That burned me too. Holy cow. I'm having a hard time here. But yeah, super clean. Nothing stuck to it. That'll rinse right off that little spot there. Yeah, that's a total win-win. I almost set that styrofoam thing down. I almost set that thing down right on the hot burner there. I am burning myself like all over the place today. Now this bacon is curling up on the end, and I'm not too happy with that because I'm not getting a nice even cook on this end. Whatever. I just like all the extra bacon fat I can get out of this. That is almost done. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. I'll let that drain out. So that's what these are for. If you guys didn't know that, save these. That's an annoying sound. Shut that off. Some more bacon going. Yes, I am the guy that sticks my fingers into frying hot bacon grease. Nice. Turn that heat down a little bit. And I really hope my cat doesn't get into this. I'm going to have my back turned. All right. Whoa. Good is. Well, what we got going on in there? Sidewinder says, nice. Felix says, the question is a ban bait. I don't know what that means. Say no to cats and dogs. All right. You totally the eggs from that. There is salmonella. Use paper tissue. I'm not worried about salmonella because when you cook the eggs, it kills the salmonella. I mean, I can see how it could be a problem if you don't cook it. But it's really not a problem. Okay. How you doing over there?
Good.
Is it filling you up? Hope so. You know, it's hard for a dad that's been doing the carnivore diet for such a short time. I mean, I guess a year is short time when you look at the grand scheme of things. But I've lost a lot of weight with the carnivore diet. And I think the benefit to the carnivore diet is the fact that I don't have to worry about how many calories I eat as long as I'm just eating meats and fats. Because I've done this diet eating 6,000 calories or more for an extended period of time. I didn't have any weight gain. I mean, I was eating a lot of calories every single day, over and over again. Overeating meats and fats. I wasn't gaining any weight. I would gain some weight if I started eating a lot of meats and fats and I was adding cheese. So dairy does do something there. You can also get some carbohydrates out of dairy as far as like cheeses and stuff like that goes. But it wasn't like I was rebounding in my weight gain. Eggs are all right. They're not too bad. There's a new can of beef tallow. I only got one can. I got the one somebody sent me from Chicago. I think that's the only one I have. Uh-oh. Let me see here. But I didn't know anything about another can. If there's somebody, I kind of stopped checking that PO box because there was. So this is what I got. I got this a while ago. There's not much left. My wife uses the heck out of this stuff when she cooks her eggs in the morning. We save all the bacon grease just like this, and we use that for cooking eggs too, to get that fat content up for the children. Yeah, it's good stuff, guys. And whoever sent me that Wagyu beef tallow is just awesome. Thank you. Oh, come on, you. Why must you curl on me? It's like making little sushi rolls in here. I don't like that. I'm going to lay you back out the other way. I'm going to let that sit like that for a few more minutes. Yummy bacon. Why is bacon so delicious? I don't tend to eat a lot of bacon on the carnivore diet because it does tend to slow my weight loss, but I'm just trying to get healthier from my son over there who got me sick. Yeah, so bacon it is. Man, I love this new camera. I mean, like, you can actually see details and stuff. You probably see how dirty my hands are from work. That's after washing them 5 times. Wow. Hard-headed carnivore. I will. I'll check the mailbox. I'll have the wife check it tomorrow. Goody cat. My son could easily have COVID, but I doubt it because whatever he's got, I got. We had COVID at one point. My son never got it real bad, but I got it real bad. I got it so bad I couldn't drive the car and bring my daughter to the hospital. We found her passed out on the bathroom floor. Relatively unresponsive. And I had to call for an ambulance. We were all sick. My wife was sick. My daughters were sick. It was a horrible day. Don't wish COVID on anybody, even the people in my life that I don't like. Horrible way to go. But as a general rule, we don't waste time worrying about COVID that much. Unless, of course, we're around the elderly people or the people that are immune compromised. That's the only reason I would worry about COVID. Because those are the ones that are being affected the most. When I was eating completely unhealthy, I was worried about COVID then because I was morbidly obese. I was eating a lot of crappy foods. You know, I wasn't taking care of myself. I knew I was vulnerable. that was another reason why I started doing, you know, ketogenic type diet. I started losing weight. You know, because if you're worried about COVID and you're eating unhealthy, I'm sorry, you get COVID. You're taking that gamble with your life. Okay, that looks pretty good there. I like that. You know, and it's just my opinion, you know, when it comes to COVID, that if we take better care of ourselves, why did you throw that on my plate? Don't throw that on my plate.
Why?
Take that off and put it in Tupperware, save it for you for later. You don't throw stuff on my plate. You're already sick. I don't want to be getting sicker. You understand? Thank you. Children, I swear. We got more bacon. If you want some. Oh, it could be gone by later. I love eating bacon. That's almost done. See, I knew you were gonna take some. I got proof. Watch this. Oh, see? He's got bacon. He's gonna go back into his high school boy room. Love you, bye. See you later. He is my awkward child. I love him so. And he made a huge mess on the table and just left it here for me.
I did.
Yeah, unless you killed one of the animals and they're bleeding.
Oh.
Yeah, find something to clean that up, please. Huh. What a child. I swear. Okay, these are almost done. But yeah, cheapest pans I could find at Walmart. What a, unreal. Flip you guys around again. There we go. But yeah, they make bacon real nice. Grab onto some of those. And they're kind of deep enough, they're not making a huge mess. Whoa. Now I've tried cooking bacon in a pot. I was not a huge fan of it. Now when I first did it, I liked it not. It was all right. It didn't make a huge mess. It was nice for making a lot of bacon. I had better luck doing it in a weird type skillet my wife and I bought. It's a deep skillet. It doesn't make a mess. It's electric, and it works pretty good. I'm kind of like defeating my own purpose here. Maybe if I put the camera down, I could do this better. But I need to grab the rest of the bacon and get it going. So funny, my son, he's like super technically, you know, he's a smart kid when it comes to technology and stuff, but this new generation, they totally don't use technology to make money with, and they could be making money at an early age. And with little to no effort. It doesn't take them much. Ah, come on, trash can. I need to figure other stuff out. I'm hungry. And that little guy, this one right here, that's a problem causer. That one loves to get into stuff and loves to eat my bacon. I caught that little guy stealing bacon off the counter yesterday. I was so mad at him. Come on, move. Thank you. But, crazy. Yeah, cats being cats. How would you describe mood and mentality after going through the carnivore diet? I would describe it as a complete awakening. So when you're eating the standard American diet, you're pretty smart already. You think you know a lot, you think you understand a lot. But when you take out all the overly processed foods, seed oils, everything that's slowing you down, bogging down your digestive system, you just feel like this great awakening comes over you. I mean, it's about as spiritual as a person being baptized, in my opinion, because it just happens and it just overwhelms you. You're like, wow, and it takes a while to process it all, because it's like, is this real? Is this really happening? Am I really getting this much healthier? Am I really losing this much weight with little to no effort? It just makes me wonder why more people aren't doing it, why so many people want to fight, the understanding around it. And you don't even have to do like all meat-based diet. You can just do a keto-friendly type diet. But just getting rid of the sugars, overly processed foods, and seed oils, man, you'd be light years ahead of everybody else around you, because, once you just get rid of it all and you start regaining your health naturally, your body starts balancing out. Your face starts looking a little clearer. I mean, this is great for your skin. It's just magical. Kitty carnivore tax. Yeah, that little turd. My other one's outside. That one likes steak. He hasn't missed any school because he was sick. He did call in to work today, which is fine. He's in high school. We don't force him to work. He can work when he wants to, if he's got time and energy. But he's on his senior year in high school. And quite honestly, I want him to focus on his senior year in high school. Get out the other end. He's been a good kid. He's been a really good kid. He gets good grades. Not always the best grades, but he gets good grades. But I think if he would take care of himself just a little bit more, he could do even better. I mean, he could probably surprise the heck out of himself. But we have like father-son talks all the time about just the basics. What's doing what to our bodies. And oh, you little turd. That little black cat. That's the new cat. That's Taz. That's the one we got from across the street. It was hiding under a motorhome. So we saved it. Alright. Oh wait, kitty. I gotta work on this bacon a little bit more. Wah! Ta-da. Whoa, here we go. You look like you need to be flipped. I think. Now, when I did this yesterday, I thought for sure that all this, dark bacon, burnt bacon bits and stuff like that around the edges was gonna stain this pan. It did not stain the pan. I was so surprised. That'll be done in a short little bit. Oh, flip around. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Okay. Whatever that means, like a communist. What does that even mean? Okay, I cook bacon in the oven. I tried that once, and I got bacon grease all over my oven, and I almost started a house fire, so I kind of got away from that idea. I can kind of manage a fire if it's up on top. But that was just my personal problem. I was probably doing it wrong too. Now some of this fat, it doesn't feel like it's edible. Might be. Once in a while I get a piece of fat on my, there's a really hard tendon in there. That is the dog tax. This is why it's good to have a dog. That way if you get a little piece of grizzle or something you don't want, the dog will take care of it every time. So if you lightly season your steak and you salt it heavily, the juices that are on the plate actually create their own steak sauce. There really is no reason for A1 steak sauce. At least in my opinion, there really isn't a reason for it. If you want a little bit of extra flavor, you just take a little salt, put that on your plate. Dip your piece of meat in the salt. Yeah. Lots of flavor. And it makes your meat less boring. Well, you could use that as a sound bite. You want to be a vegan? Alien Magel? I was a vegan at one point. I did it for 7 months. And I was very, very dedicated to it for 7 months. I'm not saying it's the worst thing for somebody to do, because even vegans just like carnivores, they're doing something similar, except for, one's doing meat, the other one's doing all vegetables or anything that's not animal based. But the really deciding factor when it comes to being a healthy vegan is knowing all the science, the complex science that goes into being a vegan. And there's a lot, because there's a lot of dangers when you're eating vegetables compared to meat. Now, there's a lot of vegetables out there. Yeah, some of those vegetables are linked to chronic illness. Now, when you're eating ribeye steak and you're eating eggs and sardines, none of this meat is linked to any chronic illness like some vegetables are. So it's just something to consider. And also with vegetables, you got a super high oxalate count in certain vegetables, and others you don't. And then you have to know which vegetables to cook, which vegetables not to eat raw, because some vegetables can kill you if you eat them when they're raw. Avocados, for instance, if you eat a raw avocado, super high in oxalates, and there's so many oxalates in an avocado that's not ripened that it could potentially kill a person. So if you ever got sick after eating an avocado that wasn't ripe, then you kind of did it to yourself. But again, I could eat this raw. The only thing I might have to worry about is some bacteria that might have gotten on it. But if it's freshly killed from the animal, no chance of bacteria getting on it. I could potentially eat this raw without a problem. But the reason we cook and sear steak is to kill any potential bacteria, salmonella, whatever might be growing on the top, similar to eggs. I don't recommend eating raw eggs either. I cook my eggs. But I haven't heard of any salmonella egg contamination issues up here in Alaska, which is good. Because that would be a problem up here, because there's a lot of people that eat eggs up here. Yeah, I don't recommend A1 steak sauce. I looked at it. A roommate of mine had, when I was up in Nome, was using A1, and I looked at it and I was like, it's really not that bad. There are some trace sugar amounts in there. Nothing to really overly concern yourself about. But at least it's not high fructose corn syrup like Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. That's crazy. I gotta go. I think these bacon might be burnt. I'm gonna shut that heat off. Okay, you're done. Get out. You guys get out of the swimming pool. Yeah. Okay, here's my bacon. I'm proud of it. And I'm gonna set up here. So, when it comes time to transferring bacon grease, you can take whatever extra pan you have. This one here works just fine. This one isn't even all set up from yesterday. So this is basically our bacon grease jar. You just set it in a pan like that. And I don't care about the little bits that are in there. They're just fine. But these pans, they got that nice little spout. So it makes this a whole lot easier. Oh, I need a towel. I forgot that part yesterday. I need a towel for when I'm done, because there's always a drip. Paper towel. That way I don't have to get bacon grease on my stovetop if I don't want to. I just tip the pan, hold it for a little bit, let a lot of that extra grease come down. Yeah, these pans are awesome. Look at that. Then I'll just pour it right up to the point where I start getting to the dirty stuff. All right. I don't want a lot of the dirty stuff. But then the paper towel, I just use it to wipe that little drip off the edge. Now I let that cool for a little bit, and then I can use the paper towel and just wipe that out and get that all cleaned up. But yeah, you can see right there how that's working. It's like no stain. It's just the burnt little bacon pieces. Now I just let that cool. That over there. That way when you dribble a little bit, you get that little dribble. It's not like on your stove. I can just clean up this stove pretty easy when I'm done. Yeah, it's not pretty. I get it. You know, neither am I. I'm okay with that. And you're getting ready to get in my steak, aren't you? Okay. Oh. All right. We're back at the table. We have steak. Those pans, man. Yeah, I mean, I could do an infomercial about those pans. I wouldn't have a problem talking those pans up. Trying to sell those things for like $20.99. That'd be fun. Veggies are not life, you're safer. You need to do some research, please. Alien Maggie, I don't know where you're getting your information from. Even when I was a vegan and I was a vegetarian and I was avid about the lifestyle, I knew for a fact that there were a lot more vegetables out there that poison a human being than there were meat products. In fact, I really don't know any meat products that poison anybody. I haven't found any. But the thing is, you know, I don't worry about people that eat vegetables, you know, because they got enough problems as it is. For one, their hormones are completely out of whack. They don't understand basic information when it's given to them, because I remember myself when I was in that situation. I was extremely hormonal because it's really hard to regulate your hormones, your testosterone, and stuff like that without animal-based products in the first place. Oh my gosh, this little kitten was climbing across my leg. And I'm wearing shorts, so the cat was doing a claw thing. Well, you can survive on vegetables for a period of time, Fredo. But my problem when I was even doing a vegetable-based diet is you end up very vitamin nutrition deficient in many ways. That was a lot of problems that I was having, and it's a problem that I don't have when I'm eating a meat-based diet. Now, I say meat-based. 100% carnivore, I could do that, yes. I've been doing that for periods of time just fine. But I like some randomness in my life. Sometimes I will add a little bit of crap food, but I'm talking a little bit. So I'll eat a meal like this, and then I might have a small portion of something crappy. Or I might have a couple slices of traditional pizza, and that works. Because as long as I fill up on the good stuff, it kind of deletes out all the bad stuff. I'm not against vegetables. I'm not one that believes that vegetables are trying to kill people like some people preach. But I do believe some vegetables are out there trying to kill people. And I believe a lot of people are having upper digestive issues and also a lot of swelling, arthritis type issues that are contributed directly towards the vegetables they're eating or how they're prepared. Because if you don't cook the vegetables, specific ones, in fact, if you don't cook them, the oxalates are higher, but you can reduce the oxalates to almost 50% if you cook some of them. It's like cashews. You don't want to eat raw cashews. Raw cashews, super high in oxalates. They're also derivative from the poison ivy family. Some people might be allergic to cashews. I mean, you just have to do your research on vegetables and oxalate levels, what oxalates do to you. Are you suffering from oxalates? A lot of us were. I mean, I was. I remember when I was going through a period of oxalate, they call it oxalate dumping. But you feel miserable, and it's almost painful because your body holds on to a lot of these extra oxalates. And those oxalates create kidney stones. So if you're suffering from kidney stones, my cat is trying to lick the screen because it sees the eggs and the steak in the picture. Go down there. Bye-bye. Love you. Yeah, weird. Avocado is good. Vegetables can be good. I can eat certain vegetables. I have to have a super ripe avocado. At times I will eat bananas. I avoid apples like the plague. I avoid oranges now like the plague. Mainly because I'm trying to lose weight. So an apple by itself is not necessarily unhealthy. But it's like pure sugar. I mean, this pure sugar, some carbs, whatever else is in here. But it will spike my blood sugar. I will not be losing weight if I should eat this apple. So I do not eat the apple. Now, if I was exercising and I was extremely fit and I was extremely active, would I worry about that apple? Not at all. Not at all. Not one little bit. I wouldn't eat that apple because it's got some problems with it. Plus, we live in Alaska. We got to ship everything up here, and everything's coated and wax and all kinds of nonsense. The vegetables we buy at our stores here in Alaska are really poor quality. And it's really apparent when us Alaskans get down south and we see the food and the vegetable products down south that haven't been messed with yet. They haven't gone through, big commercialized sorting facility and sprayed down with all this nonsense. And most people are like, oh, just wash it off. It doesn't wash off. Sorry, there's stuff on there that they put on your vegetables you cannot wash off. And it's like forever chemicals sometimes, and they just get stuck in your gut. But when you stop eating that stuff, it's amazing how much healthier you feel. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what that means. I use Sigma. Hell, please, can you help me? Probably not. Unless you're looking to lose weight, I probably can't help you much. That's about all I'm useful for on the internet. It's just basic entertainment and hopefully trying to get more people to figure out that being morbidly obese isn't fun anymore and it's painful. And you don't have to be. You can eat as much food as you want, like me. I eat a lot of food all the time, whenever I want to eat, as long as I'm eating meats and fats. I'm good. Doesn't matter. I can overeat meats and fats. I gain 0 weight. 0 weight. Pooty cat, yes. Too many vegetables mess with my bowel movements. Absolutely. So, when I was on a plant-based diet, vegan diet, vegetarian diet, however you want to call whatever flavor of the week that is, I was either having diarrhea or I was constipated. But either way, I had to plan my day around. I was also morbidly obese. I mean, yeah, anyways. But I had to plan my day around where the bathrooms were. I would not leave the house without a strategic plan on where's the next bathroom. Is there a bathroom at the grocery store? Is it open? Is it closed because of COVID? Is there a gas station with an open bathroom? This was literally my life. As embarrassing as it is to talk about, that was my life. I had to plan any movement outside of my house to where the bathroom was. I had to plan my work around where's the next bathroom. Am I going to make it there on time, or am I going to have an accident and have to go home early and change my clothes? Yeah. And a lot of that was vegetable induced. It was also eating too much overly processed food and a lot of junk food. There was a whole bunch of variables in there, and that's the problem. That's the problem most of us experienced, was we were eating too many different foods. Some of them might just taste good. Some of them might be too sugary. Some of them might have too much oil, the wrong type of oil. Most oil is the wrong type of oil. So if I just avoid all oils, then I don't have a problem. If I stay away from most all vegetables, I don't have to worry about certain random vegetables becoming a problem. Now I can eat onions. That's something I'll eat. Cabbage, on occasion, I'll eat cabbage. Pickled eggs is one of my favorites. Pickles is a keto safe type snack. Dill pickles specifically. Sweet pickles, no. But dill pickles work really well on a ketogenic diet, and they also work well on a carnivore type meat-based diet. Do I like cola? I don't know if that's what you mean, but I do not like any type of soda. On the plane ride home from Nome, they had boxed water. I don't know why boxed water freaks me out. Because I would drink boxed milk when I was a kid, chocolate or plain, didn't matter. But the thought of boxed water freaks me out. I don't know why that I care that it's in a can or not, or a bottle. A plastic bottle should freak me out too. Or maybe it being in an aluminum can should freak me out as well. But boxed water particularly freaks me out. I don't know why. So, when they came around asking for the drinks, I just asked for seltzer water, which is just carbonated plain water. That's it. There's just water and carbonation. No sugar, nothing in it. That was really refreshing. That was really good. I like the bubbly sensation and the water, the hydration factor of the water. And I like the fact that it just, gives you that fizzy feeling in your nose. Kind of reminds you of soda, just no sugar. Friggin', wow, that's way too sweet. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Shannon. Vegetables did do a lot of damage to me over the years. And then it was just the unforeseen mistakes, just like a lot of the crap food that we used to eat. And I'm sure you ate some too, Shannon, just like I did. Uh, we overindulge, and it's natural to overindulge when they scientifically formulate our foods to be addicting. You know, the whole motto behind Lay's potato chips, you can't eat just one. That is done on purpose. That whole motto for itself is done on purpose. There's a reason why Cheetos uses that bright orange dye on their foods. Not good for you, by the way. No need for it. It's just the bright orange dye because children, specifically children, this is marketed to your kids. They like the bright color. Takis, same thing, bright colors. Marketing to your children. Now, we were not allowed to market tobacco products to your children because they're unhealthy. Why are they allowed to market sugary products to your children? And they're unhealthy. They're getting diabetes. They're dying from all kinds of random illnesses right now. They're getting cancer at crazy young ages now, when that was like unheard of. But it's okay to market something as highly addictive as a sugary product to your children. And it's even more okay for them to put fake sugars in there in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Super duper sugars there. You shouldn't be feeding your children that stuff. I'm guilty of it too, guys. Okay, we all live it, we all learn. We just need to reverse the process of making those same mistakes over and over again. Listen to them cry for a little while because they want something. Feed them something else. Find them something else. Stop giving your children so many choices. When I was a kid, we went out and played. We weren't hanging out at the candy store. And plus, they were making our candy back then with real sugar. Big difference. Big difference compared to this day and age. You can buy all these little tiny candy, hard candies now, full of high fructose corn syrup. The body doesn't know what to do with it. You're better off going back to regular sugar type candies or making your own stuff at home. At least that way you know what's in it. And I'm not against sweets. I'm against what they did to the sweets over the years. What they did to the soda pop. I'm over 50 years old. I was there for the transition of real sugar to high fructose corn sugar, high corn syrup. Yeah, everything's sugar. Just like, there's like 65 different names for sugar in the United States. Like 65 different names. That's how bad the sugar industry is in trying to hide their products and just like slipping them under the radar so you don't even notice. Why would they have 65 different definitions for sugar? I mean, sugar, yeah. Unless it's some weird scientifically formulated crap. But, yeah, I don't know. I digress on that one. Let's see. Processed foods are the worst. Absolutely, Putty Hat. Have you ever been to Barrow? No. Which I know. Barrow is still called Barrow as far as I know. Unless there's something that happened that I don't know about. Processed foods are the worst. Got that one. Felix said, when was the last time you craved some sugar products? And how does it taste afterwards? Well, as a general rule, I will sample, like, say, on Halloween. So my kids will bring home a bunch of Halloween candy. I might try one Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, maybe an Almond Joy or a Snickers bar. But that's one day out of the year. Now, it's when you take all that Halloween candy and you just spread it all out, throughout the week, and you're eating a lot of those throughout the week. That's a problem. But I used to be super addicted to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I could sit down and eat an entire bag of Reese's Peanut Butter. Just one after the other, just popping them in there like people in their grandma's prescription drugs. But I don't do that. Because the sugar and the profile that they use to make the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups doesn't taste right after you remove it for a long period of time and then you try to return to it. Your palate changes. Your palate for sugar, whatever overly processed ingredients they put in the sweet type foods, it totally changes. It's going to take a lot for me to like reintroduce that stuff into my body for a regular thing, and it would be painful. But if I was a person who was eating unhealthy foods, a lot of deep fried foods, for instance, stuff cooked in vegetable oil, soybean oil, potentially peanut oil and stuff like that, that would change the entire makeup of my mouth. And it would make those foods, those other foods that are super sweetened, taste a lot less super sweetened. And then I'll actually be more inclined to eat stuff like that. So when I made the process and the transition to go this way, everything around my taste buds changed. I also noticed when I was fasting, I had a super sense of smell. So if somebody was cooking, baking bread down the road, I could smell it. I could like smell the individual type ingredients they were putting into the bread. Somebody was baking cookies, I could smell if they were using molasses or using real sugar or what type of flour almost. I mean, just the amount you can actually smell when you do fasting is just amazing. You turn into like superhuman, but that's normal because when you're in a fasted state, you're in that state of hunger, and you're also in that state of your senses are heightened. Even your eyesight, your hearing improves when you're fasting because you're now scouring around looking for food because you're potentially starving. Your body doesn't know what's going on, so it's heightening all your senses to hopefully help you find where that source of food is so you can find it easily. So in a starvation type situation, which is a fasted type situation, but it's starving because there's food not there, this is what naturally happens, is that you just get heightened senses and you're ready to hunt. You're ready to find things. This dude on express train to something, you disappeared. Okay. October 6, 2016, 16 days. Barrel to... Oh, okay. Well, they might have changed the name to that, but they might have changed the name to that, but people still call it barrel. They still refer to it as barrel here. The dose is the poison. AJ needs to... Well, I mean, a lot of us needed to get educated. You know, I'm constantly in search of more education now on this stuff because I've devoted the last year and a half of my life to my health and nutrition, and I also devoted my time to explaining what I'd go through on YouTube. So hopefully other people can understand that you can lose weight with little to no exercise. I thought that was a winning deal. Apparently it's not as popular as most people would think, but that's my weight loss journey. All the weight I've lost, all 166 pounds of it in the last year and a half, little to no exercise. I don't have a treadmill. I'm not in here lifting weights. I'm not out going for long walks. Even though in the beginning I fell for the eat less, move more. But when you're 435 pounds and you're falling for eat less, move more, for one, you're a miserable person because you're addicted to food, you're addicted to sugar, you don't know anything about fasting. So just forget eat less, move more. And two, you're going to injure yourself. I was injuring myself just going on walks around the neighborhood. I had all kinds of issues with my feet because I was too heavy to be walking around that much. I mean, I could do the basic walking around the stores, but I have a little walker buggy called the shopping cart that helped. But my point is you do too much too fast, you will injure yourself, and then you will slow all your progress down, and you'll just be sitting back on the couch eating a bag of Cheez-Its or a bag of whatever. You're going to eat a bag of something because you ain't moving, and you're depressed, you're miserable. That's a problem. I don't want that to be a problem for people. I think there's a shortcut. One of those shortcuts is eat a lot of meats and fats. The second shortcut is learn how to do fasting, learn why ketosis works, learn what autophagy is. And this is stuff somebody has to be open-minded to and want to learn. Fasting is not starving. Fasting is a natural practice people have been doing for thousands of years on purpose to reset gut health. And it does so much. It does so much for you. It's like a spiritual thing. But now they're trying to, prevent people from being spiritual now and trying to act like, Christians and Muslims are bad people. Why do they do that? Oh, well, obviously they do that because there might be some benefit to the religion, or they're just worried about when too many people get together and pray and actual stuff happens, because there is a power in mass prayer. I've seen it. I've prayed for things in my life. That's how my weight loss journey started. I prayed to die. Imagine that. I didn't die. I was told to get out here and embarrass myself on YouTube explaining my weight loss journey struggles, and not all my videos do well. You know why? Because I suck at making videos. But I do one thing good, and that's come out here and I honestly speak about what happens. Hey, All right, I didn't have a perfect week. I might have ate some pizza. I didn't have a perfect week. I might have ate, some of this or that, or I might have ate something that's not carnivore, or I might have had a piece of bread. Okay. My point is, in order for people to understand what's going on with me, I have to be 100% honest at all times. So if somebody's trying to recreate something I did throughout the week and get similar results, they need to have a guideline, a basis, a base plan on what I did. And that's why I tried to keep it simple. Throughout the beginning of my weight loss journey, I was focusing on 5 solid days of something. Okay, maybe it's fasting. Maybe it's eating one specific food or 2 specific foods, or maybe it's just removing foods for a period of time, but throughout the 5-day stretch. And then on Saturday morning, I'd go get a weight. I'd come back and I'd talk about it here in my videos. That's kind of what I do. So I come up with a base topic of whatever it is for the week, and I try to talk a little bit about that base topic, and then I start letting people a little bit more inside my natural life, what I might be doing, stuff that might be going on in our personal life, or hunting, fishing trips, or whatever. Yeah. Was it hard to give up beer? Absolutely not. Giving up beer was one of the easiest things I did, because I've seen what alcohol does to a lot of my relatives. Being Alaskan Native, alcoholism is part of the culture. And people in the village change when they get to a certain point of drunkenness. They change into a totally different person that I can't recognize. I still haven't figured it out. Unfortunately, well, in fact, I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate that I'm not that native to where that switch, I hit a certain level of drunk and I change personalities. But it's kind of scary, but it's part of who I am. It's part of my heritage. It's part of the people I love. So I have to understand it, respect it, and just try to keep them safe when I see stuff like that happening. Let's see. Danny MD, good luck on your weight loss. I don't even trust the veggies and fruits in America. There's people from other countries. We get tourists that come through here all the time. And you can recognize a vegan or a carnivore, because their complexity looks pretty clean. They look well hydrated. They're not necessarily muscular or fit. They just look somewhat healthy. So it's real easy to have a conversation with these people, and a lot of the vegans I bump into, not all of them are a pain in the butt. There's a lot of them that really want to talk back and forth, because they know that some people have a problem with vegetables. Just like I know that some people have a problem with meat-based proteins, eggs in particular. Some people are allergic to it. Other people have histamine issues with aged meats. That can create histamine issues. All kinds of stuff can go on in the head with some aged meats. But it's just fun to learn the similarities to the two diets. When you get rid of overly processed foods and you start weaning back on the seed oils, you're going to gain health. You're going to gain health. Regardless if you're eating meat or vegetables. I don't care what you do, as long as you're getting healthy and you're feeling better. But like me, with the carnivore diet, I'm just explaining what's happening with what I'm doing. I don't tell people to do the carnivore diet. I'm just saying, well, if you want to try to do this and you're already eating meat products, yeah, this is a fast way to get really fast results. And I only typically eat 1 meal a day. I'm full. I don't have to eat any more than that because I'm full. I don't have to snack every 5 minutes like I used to. When I was eating overly processed foods, a bunch of seed oils, a bunch of crap, a bunch of deep fried foods, maybe eating half a box of cereal. I'd have like 4 or 5 bowls of cereal. There's no nutritional value in cereal. It doesn't make you full. So I kept eating it. And it was like a bottomless pit, just sitting here with a giant, margarine-sized bowl, eating cereal bowl after cereal bowl, like sometimes 4 giant bowls full of cereal and milk. And I was still hungry when I was done all that because there was no nutritional value. Like this year, I'm pretty much already full because this is like protein on top of protein, and yeah, it's good. And fat. I gotta go protect my bacon. Yeah, my little turd over there wants to get my bacon. I'm not giving you bacon. This is my bacon. Okay. The little black cat likes getting into my stuff. Ooh, that's a good piece. That one. I like the really burnt ones. So here lately, the most strict that I've been on the carnivore diet is usually for like a 5-day stretch. Then on the weekends, I might just kind of whatever. On the weekends, you know, Saturday, Sunday. But since I started the beef, bacon, butter, and egg challenge for 90 days, this has probably been my worst week of that. But still, I'm doing great. I'm actually sick right now. My kid got me sick. Do I sound sick? Maybe a little stuffy. I got a runny nose. I got the sore back of my nose thing going on. I do have a cough. That's kind of annoying, and it does produce a little bit of mucus. But it's not like when I was eating sugar and overly processed food. That's something that's really important to talk about. Is that when you're eating a whole bunch of sugar, it inflames your sinuses up here. This is where that sinus headache comes from when you're being sick. But when you remove the sugar, you still have a little pressure right here. But it's not as bad. It's not overwhelming, like, oh, I can't do anything today. And if you bend over, you know, your head doesn't feel like it's going to explode. Okay? That's what I'm experiencing. I'm really sick. I'm really sick, by the way. If I was eating overly processed foods and sugary foods and junk food, I would be in bed right now. I wouldn't be up here talking. I wouldn't be making steak or making funny jokes because I'd be too miserable to do anything. It's polar opposite of the type of sick that I used to be. I personally I drink black coffee. I did remove it for 30 days. I don't even think my wife noticed, but I removed it for 30 days because I wanted to see if the black coffee was doing anything to me, because that's all I was drinking. It took me a while to come to the black coffee because I used to fill like half a mug with that like French vanilla or hazelnut creamer. Horrible stuff. They sell this stuff, you know, by the gallon at a time. People drink it so quickly. Really, really bad for you. But it does. It makes your coffee taste amazing. It's full of sugar too. And then I was adding more sugar on top of my sugar flavoring. Oh my goodness. So I removed the creamer, and then I was drinking black coffee with like 1 or 2 spoons of sugar. It took me a while to wean myself just to black coffee. So I get it. But when I removed it for 30 days and then I reintroduced it, I didn't notice any difference whatsoever. I was just fine without it, but I love the taste of coffee. I love the flavor of coffee. Again, it's another one of those things that make you feel good that you like to consume. Like water, for instance. Water makes me feel good. Clean, you know, crisp water makes me feel good. And this comes out of the mountains out here in Alaska. It tastes great. It's not chlorinated. It's not filtered. It's just water straight out of the mountain. Comes out of the ground. No, you typically don't find health in a bottle. You don't find health in a pill. If you're getting weight loss from something that comes in pill form or a shot in your stomach, man, there's other ways of doing it that are just as easy as shooting yourself in. I'm sorry, this is pretty simple. Bacon's delicious. I mean, unless you don't eat animals, then it gets a little more complicated. But I don't know too many obese vegans. I don't see that has been a problem with vegans or carnivores, for instance. There's really not that many obese carnivores. There's people that are doing carnivore that are losing their obesity. You know, like right now, I think I'm normal obese. I don't remember. I think I have to get down to like 235 to be like regular overweight, something like that. Because there's levels of overweightness. It goes like normal to overweight, to obese, to morbidly obese, which is where I was when I was over 300 pounds. And finally I got down below that. I'm pretty happy now. That was a big deal. For me, Felix water has always just tasted like water. I've loved water all my life. There was a period of time where I was drinking almost nothing but soda. I was using like soda, like Mountain Dew, to hydrate myself like an idiot. I almost died. I almost died from Mountain Dew poisoning. Yeah, I'm that dumb. Almost said something there. You guys heard it. But you know what I mean. I try to keep my language clean. Because we have a lot of good Christian people with good moral values here. And I'm going to stab you with a fork. Go. Get out. You go hunt something else. Little turd. Yeah, the steak's almost done. Yeah. So even though the eggs came out more like a taco shell, I'm over here fighting a cat. They're still pretty good. But I think my love for water made it so much easier to do a 5-day water fast. Because when I was going through my divorce with my ex-wife, it was pretty bad. I mean, we were both bad people. Both bad to one another. Yeah, there was a lot of nasty going on there between the two of us. But when I was going through that, I wasn't eating any food. I was using bottled water to suppress my hunger. Like, every time I got hungry, I was just drinking water. Now, I didn't know anything about what I was doing as far as weight loss. I just knew I wasn't eating food. I was drinking a lot of water. I didn't know the importance of electrolytes at that time. I didn't know any details around fasting, why I was losing the weight. Because, yeah, I was going through some pretty bad emotional trauma. Some of it manifested from myself. But that's why water fasting worked out really well. As I was trying to figure out why I was losing so much weight doing such a thing, and that's one of the main things why I looked into fasting in the first place. Because I was like, man, I know that I lost weight when I was going through a really, really bad breakup, divorce, etc. But I didn't know the what's, ifs, ands, and whys type situation. So that's when I started looking into all that. That's when I learned a little bit about, oh, okay, after 16 hours of no food, no calories, your body goes into ketosis, and then you start switching gears and start burning ketones, and your body starts burning itself for fuel. You know, your fat stores right here. They store up here too, and under here, and all over your head. Most people don't even realize their head's swollen. My head shrunk so much. My head, I got a big forehead, sorry, but my head has shrunk so much. I had a big giant fat shelf back here. My son used to set stuff on it. You know, whenever I sat here, I had this big thing that sat back there. But if you're morbidly obese, over 300 pounds or more, you guys know that you don't even realize your face is that swollen. Your head is swollen. There's a lot of water trapped in your jowls around here and around your skull. And it's basically shutting your mind off. I mean, it's suffocating you. It's scary. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's in either, I don't know what language that is. Huh. I can't recognize that. I don't have a translate button. Yeah, kitty carnivore taxes. This little guy's just trying to get my bacon. Let's see. I agree carnivore helps with mental health and clarity. Oh, man, does it ever help with mental health? I mean, people, I hear it all the time. Oh, I got mental health issues. It's like, well, okay, I can help you with that, but you don't want help with that because you'd rather have mental health issues. I mean, literally, they have to be receptive towards the information you're providing, or else you're just talking to a wall. I mean, it's pointless. It's like, okay, they're not even going to consider it unless they're receptive and realize that this could potentially fix their issue. They have to be to that point where I was in my weight loss, where before I got started, where I had to get fed up. I was just fed up. Like, all right, I'm going to die, and I'm fine with dying. Or I'm going to lose the weight. Then I prayed for God to take my life, and then all of a sudden everything happened almost in a spiritual, magical way. God's funny like that. Things happen when you pray and you're sincere. I was just surprised he refused to take me, because I was at that point. I was ready to die in that bed in the back of this trailer here. I was just done. I wanted to take my last breath. I was tired. I did so much damage to myself. I went through so much stuff that was self-inflicted. I was fine. And then I was already making YouTube videos, so I guess the whole point in what I did and what I do is because, God is just working through me, just saying, hey, show your journey, show your experience. Yes, you're gonna suck. Yes, you're gonna suck for a while. I'm gonna break you down to the point of, yeah, you can't be broken down any further, and then I'm gonna start building you back up, and I'm gonna help you have the ability to explain things, because if you take care of yourself, he takes care of you, and then he can work through you. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how that works. Yeah. That cat was running around the house with a piece of bacon earlier, a piece of raw bacon. I was not happy. I take offense to that. You lost 7 pounds the first day of what? A water fast, Joe? I mean, congratulations on losing 7 pounds. Hey there, Victor. What in the world? Why? What? See you later, Victor. I read that in the U.S., a high percentage of chronic illness. Do you think diets and ultra-processed food are playing factor? Absolutely, Felix. Ultra-processed foods are 99%, in my opinion, the cause of the majority of the mental illness and all the wackadoodle stuff that's been happening. Because, you see these kids that sit around the house, they're playing video games, they're drinking Mountain Dew, they're eating Cheetos, a bunch of Doritos. They are not outside exercising, getting sunshine, and getting healthy. In fact, they're doing the exact opposite of what they need to do. Yeah, it's unfortunately a crazy situation. It's totally preventable. And a lot of this could be prevented with better administration. Because, now that some of the politicians are actually starting to focus on mental health, and they're also starting to focus on nutritional health, I think stuff could potentially change in the next 10 or 12 years, but it's going to be a slow burn. I mean, unless you just outright ban stuff from being made here in the United States, a lot of these unhealthy products, you got to just outright ban it. And then people are just left with better choices. And that's the one thing about America, is it's a free country. You're free to eat as unhealthy as you want. You're free to eat healthy if you want, without risk of being killed or tortured. I mean, that's the whole point of living here. Oh, Felix, yeah, I just time out people that they're just constantly saying the same thing, like hi 12 times. I don't go for that. I'm like, hi. I said hi to you. Stop repeating it, because once in a while we'll get these spam bots that come through here, Felix. They'll just and they just destroy the feed. I mean, sometimes they can do it so fast that that'll implode the feed, and YouTube can't keep up with it, so it'll just shut my stream off altogether. But yeah, it's good, man. Thank you for being here and helping. My man Can's almost gone after 4 months carnivore. Man cans? You talking about these man cans? The man boobs? Yeah, there's a little meat left on here. That's edible fat there. Yeah, we're going after that. Nice piece. Oh, melts in your mouth. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. There's a piece of grizzle in here. Ah, I found it. What? Here, puppy. Good dog. All right. I can't do any more grizzly bites. I'm not hungry anymore. Oh, but there's bacon. Yeah. So these are like Cheez-Its to me now. You know how Cheez-Its used to be? I used to sit down on the couch and watch really depressing news about how everything's trying to kill us, and there's nothing happy in the world, but then you have like overly cooked, crunchy bacon. Yeah, this is like my Cheez-It now. Now, bacon and eggs is one of those two things that I deliberately tried to overeat and mess up the carnivore diet when I started, because I didn't believe in the carnivore diet. I was an emotional kid, you know, yeah, 50-year-old kid, 49-year-old kid, but I was an emotional person that did not believe in any of the voodoo that comes around carnivore. I thought, oh yeah, that's a bunch of hoop. Nope, that ain't gonna work. It ain't never gonna happen to me. And then all of a sudden those things started happening to me within the first 3 months. And I really got to slow down and start thinking, like, wow, did that really happen? Like, did my body odor seriously just go away? I was a putrid mess. I stunk, you know, because I was eating a lot of junk food. And that comes out all your pores, comes out your face, your armpits, underneath your stuff, and in places, the whatnots. Yeah, the smell was radiating everywhere. And then all of a sudden, 6 months into a really poorly done carnivore diet. Really poorly done. Somebody was on a video talking about how, or maybe a live stream, they talked about how they got no more body odor. And then all of a sudden I was like, really? Nothing. And I go to work, I get sweaty, I get hot, and you would think you would stink when you get home. Now, even my wife verifies this. She's like, you have like virtually no odor anymore. I used to smell like a muskox. A rotten muskox that's dead in the ditch. I mean, that's pretty bad. It's just weird how that happens. And then the sleep apnea went away. That was huge. I had a lot of obstructive issues in my sinuses because the seed oils were making my sinuses inflamed. I used to wear those stupid little strips, nasal strips that go over your nose to like pull your sinuses out a little more. I don't need that. I can breathe through my nose now. I can breathe with my mouth shut. I don't have to be a mouth breather anymore. And this is what they mean. When people talk about mouth breathers, like, you're a mouth breather, like it's something bad. Well, it is. It is something bad. It means you're eating like crap, and your sinuses are basically swollen and they're enclosed, and you can't breathe through your nose properly. Yeah, you get rid of all that crap, the deep fried foods, the weird vegetable oils, a lot of the foods that contain a lot of vegetable oils. And it's amazing. Everything opens up, it clears up, it allows you to think and allows you to breathe, and the extra oxygen makes you that much smarter. It's so easy and simple. Do you like hot sauce? I do like hot sauce. I haven't used any sauce in a while, only because I'm doing, it's kind of strict BBBE, beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. So here in mid-November, I'll come up with my conclusion on beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, and then I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to something else. Nobody knows which way I'm going to go after beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. But chances are, I feel really good when I do a meat-based diet. So that a meat-based diet can contain, 90% meats. 90% meats, fats, and then 10%, I love my life. And 10% could be like, I'll have a pizza night of traditional pizza from wherever I want. Or I could have a night out with family and go get whatever type of food I feel like. So, and that's what I mean. And then the rest of the time, I just come right back to the carnivore diet. I do it as strict as I can. Or I might do some fasting, or do eggs and sardines. That's what I had last night, eggs and sardines. That works amazing. It's good stuff. But where else can you just find like a random live stream with some guy that's trying to get healthy? He's sitting down, and he's got a plate of freaking bacon. Plate of bacon in front of him, and he's getting healthy by eating stuff like this. On a side note, kitty crave bacon? Yeah. No, Kitty's over there playing with a dog's tail. Cat's gonna eat the dog. Ooh, little black cat. That guy's a little, yeah, I want to say a dirty word. Little one of those. So hot, brother. but I do like hot sauce. I really like habaneros. Habaneros is one of my favorite peppers, even over jalapenos. Jalapenos are pretty good too, but they have to be fresh. I don't worry about the saturated fat anymore. I eat way more than is recommended, and I get better every single day because of it. Blood pressure's normal, blood works perfect. You guys can believe what you want. You know, I put this diet to the test numerous times and tried to fail it. I tried to make the carnivore diet debunked. I got healthier as a result. You don't believe me? Just click on my channel and look at my older videos. You can see me as a fat, obese man trying to make really poorly made videos. I mean, I'm a living testimony that this stuff works. You don't have to believe it. I don't expect anybody to believe it because I didn't believe it when I started. I thought it was crap. I thought it was all crap. I thought, like, how can these people talk about this stuff, impossible things that happen, and they're not banned on YouTube? Because because we just got out of the pandemic, everything was just spooky. People were extremely unhealthy coming out of the pandemic because we were all stuck in the house for a period of time. They tried to scare the bejesus out of us so we wouldn't go out and do things, enjoy social life or anything. So yeah, some people came out really messed up. All right, I need to put this bacon away. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, right. So who said what now? Funny what happens when you try it yourself. Jordan Peterson doesn't lie. I agree with you there. It is funny what happens when you try it yourself because, yeah, I mean, I'm 50 years old. I'm working circles around 30-year-old kids. I can't make this stuff up. It's just like, why are you tired? Like, you just ate a bag of freaking Skittles. That's why you're tired. And you don't even understand why you're tired because you don't have the comprehension skills to understand that that bag of sugar, just made you an emotional wreck and you're having issues with your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Okay. It should make sense. It doesn't. And then I had a friend ask me, he's like, dude, are you seriously never going to eat a pizza again? And I looked down and I was like, I can eat a pizza whenever I want to. It's just that I will experience certain repercussions if I do eat a pizza, especially if I overeat a pizza, which is what I used to do. That's why I use the carnivore diet to maintain my pizza cravings, just like if I wanted to eat chocolate chip cookies. Okay, I can eat chocolate chip cookies. I can eat whatever I want. But before I eat those things, I'm going to have to recognize that, okay, when I do these things, I'm going to have consequences. Like with everything we do in life, we have consequences, especially if you overindulge. So the way I avoid overindulgence is I'll eat like maybe a big giant fatty ribeye steak. I have a bunch of bacon, have some meat snacks. I'll eat a bunch of meat. I'll eat a bunch of eggs. I'll get so overly stuffed just on healthy meats and fats. Then I'll have whatever I feel like. Okay? And this is how it all works. Because if you do it that way, and I put this to the test numerous times, you eat a lot of meats, you eat a lot of fats, then you dive into the crap food. It basically doesn't do anything. You don't get any weight gain. You don't have any adverse effects from the seed oils or the sugars. I don't know why. I don't know the science behind it. It just works. Don't worry about it. Whenever I find out something that works for me, I just do it. What in the world is that? Oh, it's my son's steak. All right, I need to clean out these pans real quick. Paper towel would be nice. I need a paper towel. Wipe out this one pan. So whenever I get, like a used pan with a little bit of bacon grease residue, I just take a paper towel, wipe it out. It's pretty simple. Okay. Might do it a couple times. I mean, it's pretty clean already. All I got to do is rinse it off with a little bit of hot water. And then it's clean. I don't have to do anything else. Simple, simple. Scrubby. That's it. I don't know about you guys, but I never use soap on pans. There's no reason to use soap on pans if you take care of your stuff and clean it. So before I use a pan, I heat them up as hot as I can get them anyway, so if they ever had any bacteria. But yeah, that is seriously Walmart's cheapest pans after cooking bacon and steak in them, and they still look the same. That is a winning product. I'm super happy with it. I like the product. Huh. So yeah, if you're interested, there it is. That's the name. Carrot, whatever you want to call it. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. I got a video uploading to YouTube right now, and I haven't looked to see if it's done. If anybody wants to watch it and you're a member, it should be up and ready for you guys to watch now. And it looks like it's done. So Felix, I don't remember if you're a member or not, but it's up there. I have it scheduled for tomorrow. That way it doesn't, because when I upload a video and then I do a live stream, the two compete for space on the internet. So it just makes it easier for me to, put it out there tomorrow at like at like 12:15 is when I got it scheduled to come out. But that's Alaska time. So whatever time 12:15 Alaska time is in your neck of the woods, that's when that video will be up and ready to watch. But yeah, so I did a breakdown a little bit ago of all the money I make on YouTube in the last year. I've only been monetized for approximately a year. I think in January will be my anniversary of being monetized on YouTube. Now, I think I did a breakdown a little bit ago, and I added up every single increment, little bit of money I made ever since I started here on YouTube. And it's like only $800. So I only make these videos to help people. I'm not here to get rich. I'm not here to get popular. I'm just here to honestly help people that are struggling, with obesity, people that are interested in Alaska. I like talking about Alaska topics. Alaska provides a very unique opportunity for me to talk about weight loss. Also, talk about Alaska adventures, Alaska temperatures, Alaska weather, just fishing trips, hunting trips, stuff like that. How we get through, long, hard Alaska winters. I was considering about doing a video, just an extra video here in a little bit, about how I manage my finances here in Alaska, because the way I manage my finances in a remote state like this, where you have really long, hard winters, even here in Anchorage, for many people, the winter can be very long and hard. But I have a game plan that I've been years. My stream died off. I wonder why. Let me check my battery. I still got 30% battery life. But anyways, yeah, back to my finances here. I have a way of doing my finances here that gets me through until next June. So, and that's already taken care of. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to until next June. I got enough money wrapped up now. It's not because I'm independently wealthy. I just know how the system works up here, because our big jobs, our money jobs, start in the spring. So if I wanted to sit at home and do nothing but make YouTube videos all winter long, I would be just fine. And I didn't, because I have enough money to make groceries. and gasoline and whatever to make it through the winter. So if I should slip, trip, and fall, become unemployed, I'd still be good. That's the whole point of living here, you know, is to be good. And it's no different with your money than it is with your food stocks and supplies of food. You know, everybody goes fishing and hunting to get built up on supplies. I think I got a cat outside wanting to come in. I'm not sure. I gotta go open the door. Sounded like a kid crying at my door. Come on. I don't see the mechanic here changing my brakes. He said he was coming to change my brakes today. And I don't see him. And this is my only day off, so it's the only time you can have the truck. All right, guys, I am going to get off here. And I just want to say God bless to all of you. If you're having problems with weight management, you know, there are solutions for you out there. I found the easiest ones that I can come up with for myself, and I use myself as the person, you know, that actually experiments with these ideas, these principles. I rarely promote products for a reason, because sometimes even good products have a little slight flaw, and that can totally devastate people in a YouTube channel. So I don't really promote products for money. So like these pots and pans over here that I've been talking about and raving about all day, and even demonstrating in front of you, I don't get any money for those things. You can go to Walmart and find those yourself. They're super inexpensive. I am all about doing the carnivore diet on a budget. And, you know, when I do find products and stuff like that, I look for budget-friendly products to try myself to hopefully help explain to others that you don't have to spend a lot of money to do the carnivore diet or to lose weight in general. We can all do this on a budget. You know, there was a time in my weight loss journey where I was flat broke. I had no money, like nothing. I was sitting here making the worst YouTube videos in the world because I was depressed. I had a lot of anxiety. I was still morbidly obese. Lots of issues with this man right here. And I still kept posting videos because that's what God said. Keep doing it every week. That's what I did. Okay. My mobile mechanic just texted me and said he just woke up, so hopefully he'll be on its way in a little bit. But again, yeah, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how I've been losing weight, my carnivore journey, my weight loss journey in general, it's all there in the Alaska playlist of losing weight in Alaska. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. If you could, just like the stream. It does help out the channel a little bit. You know, I love you all. I want everybody to be successful. I don't care what you look like. If you're sitting in a wheelchair, you know, if you're using a walker, I don't care. I want you guys to be healthier and happier for the remainder of your time on this planet. And it can be stretched out considerably long, because I was due to die within 6 months to a year. And that didn't happen. God refused to take me back. I guess that was wasn't good enough yet. So I had to do a little bit more work. So here I am, trying to help somebody. All right, guys. You take care. Oh, we had a 2-hour live stream. You guys are awesome. You kept me busy for 2 hours. I love you. Take care.